Hello guys, welcome to currencystrengthzone.com YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can use our system on our website to make profitable trades in the market, applying the market equilibrium concept, whereby buyers should be in agreement with sellers before we make a trade decision in the market. This system is whereby on various charts, instead of making decision on the currency pairs, for example Euro USD, instead of making decision right away on Euro USD, we rather make our decisions using the currency indexes. So the currency indexes of Euro USD is the dollar index and the euro index. Once again, if you want to get all the currency indexes, you can visit www.currencystrengthzone.com. So before we make decision on any trade on Euro USD pair, you have to first of all check the indexes of the pair, which is the USD index and the euro index. First of all, for a trade to be very profitable, these indexes of both currencies must be in agreement. One index has to be selling and the other index has to be willing to buy what the other currency is selling, and we can verify whether one currency is willing to sell or willing to buy by various setups or patterns we can find we can identify on the chart. And the setup can be any setup of choice or any setup that makes sense to you, whether a sell setup or buy setup. So over here we have a sell setup for example, if USD index has a sell setup or pattern, then the trade will be very profitable if the euro index also has a buy setup in agreement to the sell setup of USD index. So pairing these indexes, where you have sell USD index and buying euro USD index, in this case we'll be buying euro against dollar. So from this analysis, from the USD index and euro index, we could make a very viable decision to trade the euro USD. So in this video I'm going to show you how we got this our system and the our system and the index charts and data on our website help us to get these trades. So Euro JPY, this trade, how we got this trade. We are going to show you how you get this trade out of Euro index and JPY index being in agreement. I'm going to show you how you got this trade on Great Britain JPY, whereby Great Britain index was in agreement with JPY index, and this trade and this trade as well, and this trade as well. So let's go right to the chart. Okay, so let's demonstrate this, how we got this trade, which happened on the July 5th. So let's mark it. Let's mark it July 5th on the 4 hour. July 5th. Okay, let's lock it onto our chart. Right, we lock it onto our chart. So let's see. It was Euro JPY, how we got this trade. Let's see how we got this trade using the currency index being in agreement. So Euro JPY, first of all, we check. First of all, for this trade to buy, the Euro index has to have a buy setup. So over here we can identify a support and resistance zone, a strong support and resistance zone over here. So over here, right at this date, the market immediately reversed from this point because of this support and resistance zone. So Euro was having a buy setup. Euro was having a buy setup. So for this pair, Euro has to have a buy setup. Then Euro index has to have a buy setup, and Japanese yen has to have a sell setup. Let's see. Okay. Japanese yen has to have a sell setup. So as you can see, you can have a trend line over here. You can have a trend line over here. Trend line setup in indicating sell potential. You can have some zone support and resistance zone over here, where price always bounces from this zone. So we have a sell setup over here. So at this point, at this date, Euro Japanese index, JPY index, was willing to sell with bearish candle confirmation from the support and resistance zone and the trend line, and the Euro index also is also willing to buy, having a buy setup. So this certifies the system, market equilibrium system. Japanese yen was having a sell setup, willing to sell. Japanese yen was willing to sell, and Japanese yen was willing to sell. Euro index was willing to buy from the support and resistance zone, therefore making the market both markets be in agreement to have a very big move in the market. For us to have a very big move in the market, so after verifying from the indexes, we come to after the indexes be in agreement, we check from the pair, which is Euro JPY. We could wait for the candle to close, then we place our stop below, then we target this high, to make a potential of 1:8. 1:8. Okay, very much good. Okay, so let's check another one. Let's check another example. From this pair, odd Swiss franc. Let's check another example from odd Swiss franc. So odd Swiss franc, we check over here on this day how we got this entry. Okay, so first of all, we have to check if odd index. We have to check if odd index and Swiss franc index is in agreement. So let's check odd. So over here, odd was having a sell setup. Odd was having a sell setup and some support and resistance zone. Okay, and Swiss franc was having a bullish setup, a buy setup, right? So let's draw the trend line, having buy bullish trend line, right? You can have some break and retest over here. You can have some support and resistance zone over here. Okay, so odd index is willing to sell, Swiss franc was willing to buy. So at the agreement, market equilibrium and agreement is valid. Based on this, we check from we now visit the currency pair to make decision. And as you can see, we have support and resistance zone over here, and some trend line over here. You wait for the candle to close, place the stop on the top, and we target the lows, making 1:6 ratio. Okay, so that's it. Let's check for another example. Euro USD. Euro USD. Euro USD. Let's check how we got this trade. So for the trade to be valid for our system, Euro index has to be in agreement with dollar index. So our Euro index was having a buy setup. It's having a buy setup or buy pattern, and we have this support and resistance zone. So Euro has a buy setup. Our USD has some sell setup, some trend line, and we have support and resistance zone. We have this support and resistance zone where price usually bounce from here, bounce over here, bounce. Okay, so dollar is willing to sell. Dollar index is willing to sell. Euro index is willing to buy. Therefore, market equilibrium has happened for Euro USD. So on Euro USD, we can have some trend line over here, since the Euro is willing to buy trend line. We can have some support and resistance zone here, where price usually bounce from. So we can have a potential. Wait for candle to close, place stop below. target this high. Okay, making 1:4 hour, 1:4.7 hour. Okay, so alright guys, thank you for watching. You can find all the currency indexes, to match other currency indexes, to make decision on the currency pairs. You can find it on our website, www.currencystrengthzone, www.currency. You can search currency strength zone, and you can find it there, and other features. You can learn more about how to use it. Also, first of all, you find a currency index which has a sell setup, then you find the one with buy setup, and then you make some confirmation from the pair and make a trade decision. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and subscribe and like, comment,